Remember, there's some pretty important information here in the disclaimer. You might want to give the video a quick pause and read it. Hello my friends, this is Wake Angel 2001, coming at you with a pretty simple custom that only took me about 2 days to put together. So the other day I was at Target to see if the new Sonic Wave had dropped. It hasn't yet, but the Wave 1 Buzz Lightyear figures have gone on clearance, and I was able to get the Buzz wearing the jumpsuit variant for only $4. And when I saw this guy, I'm like, I always thought that would be like a nice little generic base figure for something basic. And when I was holding him, I'm like, holy crap, this looks like a GUN soldier. So yeah, I decided to go with a GUN soldier. Like from Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow the Hedgehog, the second live-action Sonic movie, and I guess there was a version of them that was in the comic too. The Archie comic, I should say. But yeah, good old-fashioned GUN soldier. Alright, so step 1 was to dismantle Buzz. This is one of those things where the torso is made out of a hard plastic, so I couldn't remove the shoulders. Fortunately, what I would have to paint on this figure meant that I wouldn't have to get into joints too much this time. And the only sculpting I had to do on the body was to put those little pouches on the vest, and I added a little pouch to his belt. I didn't want to do too much sculpting because I didn't want to have to paint match the blue too much, because mixing an exact shade of blue to match the jumpsuit would just be a pain. And as you can see on the head, I sculpted the shades first. I did this so that once the shades had hardened, I could sculpt on the rest of the helmet without worrying about mushing the shades out of shape. Do your sculpting in phases, kids. That's what makes everything easier. Takes a little bit more time, but the results are just better in the end. And then on top is the helmet. I didn't do any cutting or sanding or anything into Buzz's head. I just sculpted a big old blob into a round shape. Added the little visor thing on the front, and then put the stuff on his ears to make it the helmet. And at this point, it all just becomes a repaint job. For the body, he has that black vest and belt. I decided to leave the forearms uncovered because I thought that it made him look kind of cool. Like he's the cool GUN agent who rolls up his sleeves so he looks like a badass. The little things at the gloves, that's just craft foam. Like I always, when I make these things, I always prefer to use craft foam because it looks cleaner and sharper than if I sculpted it on. You can see the knee pads are picked out down there, little black. On the left arm, I painted on the GUN logo, just as it is on the costume in the reference. Oh, by the way, that's the picture that I used for reference was a render made by Nibrock Rock. So good old Nibrock, very excellent Sonic the Hedgehog 3D modeler. Although on the right arm, I actually left the Star Command tampograph. I thought that there was a neat little Easter egg to remind everybody where it came from, as if the gigantic chin wouldn't tell you that. But yeah. I could have erased it with a little bit of nail polish remover, because it's just tampographed on a blue plastic. But nah, I decided to just leave it on there. And the head is repainted, I basically just had to paint everything that's not his skin black. He has black shades, a black helmet. He even has a black, I think they have this neoprene suit underneath the armor. I think it's supposed to add an extra layer of insulation or something. But yeah. Then I painted the G1 logo on the forehead too. I used this is the smallest little G I could possibly paint with the paintbrush. Any thinner than this, and the brush simply isn't thin enough to do. But yeah, that's it. This is actually a really simple conversion. This is a GUN soldier. And Buzz Lightyear's hand can actually hold a 5mm peg, so you can give him a transformer gun, so you can give him a rifle. And yeah, that is that's my GUN soldier. I now have an action figure of a GUN soldier. Yay! So yep, whether he's gonna be fighting against the Black Arms or murdering 12-year-old girls, that's your go-to for your generic human army builder in the Sonic universe. Some comparisons. He compares favorably with the SWAT bot that I made out of the proper Buzz Lightyear, the one with the spacesuit. Although he is a bit tall when you put him next to a Dr. Robotnik figure. Eggman, like the proper game accurate Eggman from the Jakks Pacific line, doesn't fare any better because those figures are undersized. But if you put him next to Mr. Dr. Eggman, it's actually pretty perfect. I mean, if you accept the world where Eggman is like a really tall guy, like he's over 6 feet, then assuming a GUN soldier is the average height of a man, like assuming 5'10", I think somewhere between 5'8" and 5'10" is the average height for an adult man, and you assume that a GUN soldier is average, then yeah, this actually works out pretty great. It's another reason why, more than anything else, I want Eggman Prime from the Sonic Prime toy line. Because I want an OG proper Dr. Eggman in this scale. Why do we not have one yet? Jakks Pacific, you better give us Eggman Prime as soon as you can. I want Eggman Prime in this style. In this scale specifically. Alright, so thank you all for watching this video. Up next should be another fan character. I'm sure you'll like that. And, yeah, next week is my birthday. As of Thursday, September 21st, I'm going to be 38 years old. Oh, man, time just keeps marching on, doesn't it? Anyway, thank you all for watching this video. This is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.
Oh, hey everybody, it's me, Sonic the Hedgehog. Just here to remind you that if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. And for even more amazing customs, don't forget to subscribe to Wake Angel 2001. Because between you and me, they're way past cool.